move on to our next fun topic before we go back to all serious discussions. But there are some stories that I read, and I have this thought once in a while. I read a headline, I see a story is trending, I see people are taking this really seriously, and I look at these stories and I'm like, do people want Donald Trump to win? I mean, seriously, it seems like most people do not want Donald Trump to be the president the next 4 years. I'm pretty sure the Democrats don't, and people who are on the left certainly don't, and yet they do stupid things that make the average person look at them like, do I really want the left in charge if this is what they're going to be focusing on? What am I talking about? It's this. Kindergarten cop pulled from Portland theater after complaints it romanticizes over policing. What? This is not The Onion. This is not Babylon Bee. This is the Washington Times. And it's on the LA Times and the New York Times and the New York Post and the Chicago Tribune. Everyone's reporting on this. This is a real thing. We're actually concerned about this movie. Anyway, let's look at this absolute insanity. And by the way, full disclosure, I love Kindergarten Cop. I actually have watched it several times. I think it's probably one of Schwarzenegger's best movies, no joke. Granted, Terminator 2 will always be the best thing he did. But I think Kindergarten Cop is probably the one movie he did where it's like, I think he displayed like real charm as an actor, not just an action hero. Anyway, a Portland theater has canceled an upcoming screening of the Arnold Schwarzenegger comedy Kindergarten Cop after people complained the movie sympathizes with law enforcement. Because that's the big thing on the left right now. The big thing on the left is you can't have cops that are shown in sympathetic lights. Never mind, they have a really bad job, and they are not trained to deal with half of the situations that they come up with when it comes to people with mental health issues. And you know, if you're in trouble, they're one of the first people you're going to call. But we can't make them look human. You know, they're monsters right now, and I don't agree with that. The Northwest Film Center had planned to show the 1990 film shot in Astoria, quote, for its importance in Oregon filmmaking history as part of its summer drive-in series at Zedell Yards, but it was called off after Portland author Lois Levin fired off a series of angry tweets saying that the depiction of police in school perpetuates systematic racism, the Willimantic Week first reported. Now, here's the thing. This movie does not have a lot of black people in it. I will agree with that. There's like one black kid, I think. But that's not what the movie is about. The movie, in case you have not seen it, for whatever reason, involves a cop trying to catch a criminal. And the criminal escapes, but they find out where the criminal's son goes to school. And Schwarzenegger's partner is going to pose as a teacher. It's going to be an undercover thing. And, you know, she's a woman, you know, she can handle kids and all that jazz. But she gets sick before the assignment, so he has to step in. And you're talking about big brawly guy. This is the, you know, talks like a hick, thinks with his fist kind of person. He is not emotionally prepared to deal with kids, but he's going to be around them just in case the criminal who he's looking for comes to see his son. That's the story. And it becomes a sweet story because Schwarzenegger's character, he falls in love with the kids. He enjoys being a teacher. He likes shaping young minds. And in fact, interestingly, it's funny that they say that this over-glamorizes police brutality when there's almost no policing going on at all. And at the end, Schwarzenegger puts down his badge and says, you know what? Or he says, you know what? I want to be a teacher. I want to mold young minds. That's a terrible impression, I know. But he decides he would rather be a kindergarten teacher than a cop. You know, so everything about this movie is extremely positive. But because it's showing a cop in a positive light, apparently it's offensive. So anyway, Miss Levin wrote, there's nothing entertaining about the presence of police in schools, which feeds the school-to-prison pipeline in which African-American, Latinx, and other kids of color are criminalized rather than educated. For God's sakes, Miss Levin, this is kindergarten. It's kindergarten. They're learning ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. And she continues, criminalizing of children increases dramatically when cops work in schools. Well, you know it's undercover, right? They don't actually know he's a cop. Yes, Kindergarten Cop is only a movie. So are Birth of a Nation and Gone with the Wind, but we recognize films like these as not only good family fun, they are relics of how pop culture feeds racist assumptions. Kindergarten Cop romanticizes over-policing in the U.S. Again, they don't know he's a cop. By the way, funny thing, Birth of a Nation, not rated. Gone with the Wind is rated G. Gone with the Wind is rated G. Like, it's actually rated G. General audiences, all ages admitted. Kindergarten Cop is rated PG-13. And if you look up Roger Ebert's classic review of the movie, and he gave it 3 stars, and, you know, he gave his usual, review about why he likes it. At the end, wrote, "Warning, this is not a film appropriate for smaller children. Despite the title and the ad campaign, which makes it look like a sweet and jolly fun fest, the movie contains images sure to be terrifying to grade schoolers, such as a man setting the school on fire, small children kidnapped and terrorized by the villains, not the police, a father slapping his child, and so forth. In context and for mature viewers, the scenes have a purpose and the movie works, but it'll be nightmare time for smaller children who see it." Oh yeah, that sounds like a family-friendly film. Anyway, the Northwest Film Center responded to Miss Levin's tweets, writing that it would instead show a second screening of John Lewis' Good Trouble in honor of late Congressman after the first screening scheduled for August 7th sold out. Fine, I have no issues with that. Have a second screening. It seems like people really want to watch that. Then show Kindergarten Cop. Now, Miss Levin, who by the way has privated her Twitter account because I think people are pretty upset with her, she got this thing trending, and so not only were a lot of people on Twitter in agreement with her saying, oh yeah, you can't show a cop in a good light, but then it came up that the movie was homophobic and transphobic. You want to know why it's transphobic? Because there's a joke in there where a 5-year-old boy says to Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, boys have a penis and a girl has a vagina. And now it's transphobic. I mean, jeez, can nobody just watch a movie and have fun anymore? Can nobody just have fun? This is why I see stories like this, and it's like, do you want Donald Trump to win? Because here's the thing. I don't like Trump very much. I definitely think we're in for a bad time if he gets another 4 years. But I'm also a little concerned about who's on the left, because it's the left who's pushing these things. The left are the ones who are saying, you can't watch this, you can't do that. It's like, these are movies. Let me watch my movies in peace. If you don't like that movie and it offends you for whatever reason, there's a simple answer. Don't go to that movie. Vote with your wallet. You don't want to watch Kindergarten Cop? Don't watch Kindergarten Cop. But don't tell me I can't watch Kindergarten Cop. Anyway, this obviously touched a nerve on me. What do all of you think about this? Does this sound stupid to you, or are you in agreement with this? Maybe you think there's some legitimacy here. I don't know. Let me know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. As always, flame responsibly.